Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Taco Imposter for August 18th, 2026. That is still crazy to me. It's crazy that it's August 26th already. But anyway, August 18th, sorry, 2026. Yeah, yeah, I don't have much. Well, I got some things here and there that have happened recently that I felt like talking about. You know, things like, what should I start with? I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what I should start with. Maybe, I guess we talk about, Sony's the big one. That's Sony's killing not streaming. Well, Sony's killing making physical games, which I've heard a few people's opinions on this, and I wanted to weigh in on it. I'm like, I don't have a Sony system. I have not bought a Sony system new ever. I've always got them secondhand, so I never bought them from Sony directly, like when they were new. I've had a two, a PSP, and then a three. PS2, PSP, and then a PlayStation Portable, and then a PS3. And I liked them. There was a point where I almost bought a PS3. And what was the reason I didn't buy one? I guess because I was a Nintendo kid, I guess. Because you want my history of my video gaming, okay? I started, the first thing I ever played, I can ever remember playing. I don't know if I've said this before. I might have, either on the podcast or on a live stream or something. But the first game I ever remember playing, could have played something before that, but I remember playing is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 at my dentist. I must have said this before. I have to have. I feel like this rings a bell that I've said this before long ago. Anyway, and that was the first thing I ever played, and it was on a Sega Genesis, and it was like, kinda, like, I just liked it a lot. I don't know, I just was mesmerized by video gaming. It was kind of like, whoa, this is cool. Then the next thing I remember finding an N64 in my garage. So how my garage is set up is like we have two alcoves that we put our clothes into, like our laundry. We had a whites and like a regulars, or was it a towel and a whites? Anyway, doesn't matter. Behind that was a bunch of stuff, and there was a N64, a Nintendo 64. It didn't have a power plug, right? So we had to like scour around and find it, and we eventually found the local store. Because we went to like a lot of places. We might have went to EB Games. We went to some sort of like comic-y hobby shop in our local mall, and it was like, no, they don't know, but you can try this place. And then they gave us a like local video game. It was Coins Collectibles Video Game Store, and that had it, and it was great. Retro video game store. Well, video games in general, but retro video games. And oh boy, that's where we found it, and we loved it. And I've been going ever since. And I went about a month ago, recently. So yeah, I did go back, and I got Star Wars, the original trilogy, Star Wars 2, the original trilogy on PC. So yeah, then I got a Game Boy Advance SP. Loved that thing to death. I loved it so much. I thought it was great. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I didn't have great games though. I don't know, something about it. I did not have great games. I did not have great games for that system. It was. I'll tell you what I had. I had I can tell you exactly what I had on that. I had on the Game Boy Advance SP. I had Timmy Turner's. Let me look it up. It's like Timmy Turner's fairly odd fairly odd parents GBA games. I know there were multiple on there, but I just want to know a list of video games and web games. No, Fairly Odd Parents games. Oh, sorry. whoopsies, GBA games, okay. Fairlight Parents, The Shadow of nope. Game Boy Advance games, Fairlight Parents, Volume 1. Let me see what they were. On a list of them somewhere. The Fairlight Parents game I had. No, this is not the right one. Clift, I think it was called. Or like something like that. Boy Wonder or something. I had Rugrats, the game. Oh my gosh. I had... What else did I have? No, I want Game Boy Advance with pictures. Yeah, I had this one. Here we go. Enter the Cleft. So Cleft Boy, like the junior boy guy he was. And then years later, I found out that was fake. I'm like, oh, because I opened it up one day because I got a tri-wing screwdriver. Tri-wing bit, and I opened it up and it didn't have Nintendo on it, and I was like, oh, that's probably fake, which is weird because that's a local video game store selling me that anyway. So I had Rugrats, the game. I think I had 4. Warrior Land 4, and then I had Warrior Land 4 and Star Wars... Not Shadow of the Apprentice? Star Wars... Apprentice of the Force, I think it was called. Star Wars Apprentice of the Force. Is that the right game? Yep, Game Boy Advance is me. That was my favorite one. I really did like, what's it called, though? I really did like, Phooey. I really did like, Warrior Land 4. That was a pretty good game, too. I never beat that game as a kid. Years and years later, I finally beat it. I think I beat it on stream once. I'm not sure. I might have. Such a good game. Nostalgia's flooding back now, but it's the kind of nostalgia where I look at a picture and I'm like, cool, thanks, bye. I think I sold that game. That's the game I sold on eBay, probably. Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, I don't have that game anymore. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so yeah, said that. And then the next thing I had was I don't remember if I had a DS before a Wii. I think I did, but very briefly. I'm meaning briefly, like, before the Wii. I only had it for a short period of time before the Wii. And I got a Wii. And at the same time as a Wii, I got a PS2 for $50. And I thought that was kind of crazy. I was like, it's $50. Whoa. For some reason, I was like, yeah, this is really, really old, really... Or sorry, really cheap. I was like, whoa, this is really cheap. And I had no concept of time. I'm like 10, 12 years old when I'm getting these things. It was I had no concept of time. Again, I've said this before. I know I've said this before. I'm pretty sure. I've talked about the whole thing of me thinking, like, why is everything just not available all the time? Why can't I just have it? What the heck, man? Why can't I just have? Because I would walk into a Walmart and be like, well, where's that game? Where's that thing? Why can't I just... Why does it not exist? Where is it? What the heck? No concept of time. Anyway. No concept of time. But anyway. So that, yeah. So PS2, that was the first one I got. But I got it years later. 2008 or so. 7, something like that. 8. Same year I got my Wii. So 2008. And I was just like, okay. I love that PS2. That PS2 was great. It's just that I never got it new. Oh, and then I got a PSP off eBay I got it for myself for Christmas, like 2018 or so. And then I got a PS3 like I think the year later because I had one. Okay, if you remember the YouTube channel Z Button, it was Casey Beckler and Ryan Chambers, and they did like a video gaming channel together for I want to say about like maybe it was 2018. Actually, I got my actually I can tell you exactly when I got it. I can go to YouTube and show you exactly when I got it. It was Z button. No, the channel. There you go. Nope. There's a channel Z button. There it is. And it was, they played the game. So they stopped in, no, it doesn't say when. It doesn't say the year when they did it. It just says how many years ago. 7, I could do the math, but I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go find it. It's not, they didn't make, 10,000 videos. I made like, a couple hundred maybe. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, they played, PlayStation All-Stars. PlayStation All-Stars Battleground or Battleground All-Stars, something like that. And I'm looking to see where it was, like when it was. So where is that video? And they were like, I don't want this game anymore. The game's kind of terrible. I don't like it. It's the first person to comment or something. I'll just send it to you. And I was like, I'll take it. I commented something like, I'll take it. And they were like, yeah, sure. What's your, give me your stuff. We'll DM you. We'll figure this out. I think we DM'd on Instagram, and then I got the game. And then I thought, well, I mean, I have the game. I got to be able to play it, right? So for my birthday, I got, there it is, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Stop. Don't want to play this video. I want to know when it was. It was 2018. Okay, so it was April 28th, 2018. So same year I got... Oh, so I got the PS3... I got the PS3 before the PSP. Oh, because I got the PSP for Christmas that year. Oh, okay. Because where did the one go? Where... Top is selected, so you'll see featured comments. No, I don't want feature. I want all comments. Sort by newest. Then I want to go down to, like, where's mine? I don't want my comment. There. Can I please have the game? Thanks. Congratulations, you win. Get a hold of us on our Instagram account so we can exchange shipping information and whatnot. Ryan Chambers, hey, I sent you a DM on Instagram. The Ryan Chambersman. Is that right? I think so. Let me look at that channel. Yeah, he has like 2 videos and that's it. Wii U Mario Kart. Oh, okay. Anyway. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I got that one. So anyway, so I've never bought a PlayStation new ever. I've owned 3 in my life. Never bought the 4. Never bought the 5 because there's not enough games on the 5 and it's stupid. But the thing with that is, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it right now. I don't really care. I don't really care about digital and video and all that. The thing is, should we be playing video games the way we not idolize, we like obsess over and play them all the time? I don't know. It's really weird. Somehow, how some people get into some video games. I'm like, I don't care. I'll casually play something sometimes, but that's about it. Everything else, I'm kind of just like, cool, whatever. Not saying video games are bad. In moderation, everything's fine, but like, come on. It's a little bit much, in my opinion, but okay. Here's that. And there's a few other things I was thinking about, too. So, yeah, let me finish this topic. So, and people are like, oh, it doesn't really matter. Like, no, but it matters because, I don't know, I was listening to Not So Common podcast, and it was Ian and Pat Country, Ian Ferguson and Pat Country, right? I'm like, okay. They were talking about it like, yeah, you think it's just that, whatever, who cares? No. This sets a precedent for everybody to just start getting rid of all physical things, so you can't have proof of what the thing was, A, and B, there's no ability to ever like view it again if they decide not to have it, or if the server is gone, or if if like Nintendo, where it's all you got to download it from their server, right, or like from the web, right? You have to have an internet connection to download the game on a Switch 2 cart, because there's nothing on the cart. Then what's the I almost feel like, what's the point, right? Not to say that it's necessarily that, I don't know. See, at the moment we're like, that's okay. But what about in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years when we want to archive these things and they don't really exist? Because we have to like do some. I don't want to say illegal hacking, right? But like, because that's weird. Because some things like, okay, sure, I want to, or people will hack, meaning like they'll copy it and they'll put it on like Internet Archive and whatnot, and like have ways to like and pirate it and have their means of being able to play it, right? For a lot of these games, legal or not, most like not really being legal, but at least there's a way to play it if need be for preservation purposes and all that. Here it's like, well, you don't have the game in any capacity, so there's no way to do it unless you hack Nintendo servers and figure out how to get that game. Because movies are weird that way, right? Movies can be pirated in every way because there is. Oh, I was also listening to what's it called? Red Cow Arcades. Like they do. I don't know if you know Red Cow. It's EJ and Frankie. Their YouTube channel, and they do like a podcast clips from their like. I think it's a Patreon podcast, but they put up like parts of it on the YouTube. Anyway, they were talking about like. I think the reason why, or Frankie was talking about how the reason we're okay with movies, not many, there are some movies that still have DVDs being, or sorry, not DVDs, Blu-rays being made for it. There's still some movies. And so if you really want one, you can get movies. You can get a movie of that. You can get a DVD of it somewhere. Or there's some guy who took his risk and ripped it from, I don't know where his digital file that he got from movie theater and put it up on some what's it called, some illegal piracy website. But with video games, it's like console games, because I'm gonna get to computer games, but console games now I feel like there's a weird, but you don't even have that game. That game isn't even a thing anymore. That isn't the thing. The cartridge, like the Nintendo cartridge, isn't the game. The disc you get where you have to download all the other stuff from it, the whole game is just like a redirect to the thing you have to download. The game you have to download from the store or whatever, from the servers, whatever. It's, you can't even be like, I'll rip the game off the disc. You can't, though. You just can't. It doesn't exist. Like, I'll tell you a practical, actual story that happened to me. The game, okay? So, I got Microsoft Flight Simulator X, okay? I got X and I got 2004, okay? So I tried to to install 2004 on my Windows XP machine, because I built a Windows XP, well, I didn't build one. I have an old Windows XP machine that I had as a kid, and I got it running again. I needed some more RAM for gaming, so I got a bit more RAM. That was it. Oh, well, no, I got an SSD. That's it. SATA SSD. Because my motherboard is SATA, and so I got the Windows XP with SATA drivers on it. I didn't even know that was a thing, but okay. And I got Windows. I was trying to install Microsoft Flight Simulator X, and what happens? I have the physical game. The game exists. You just get a 30-minute free trial if you can't, because you can't. Okay, you have to register the game, and because you have to register the game on their servers, which don't exist anymore, Microsoft servers that don't exist anymore, I can't actually register the game. So I get 30 minutes and that's it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have looked at this before I bought it. 2004? That's on the disc. That is physically on the disc. I have it. It's mine. I can play it as much as I want. I don't need your stupid registering the game. I don't need to register the game. It's just there. And that's the thing people talk about. Like, no, those computer games are physically there. Or those, they never go away. This is physically on the disc, and I get it, and I have it, and that's it, and I have it forever. I can play it. Well, I mean, I can play it until the game degrades. Degrades? Is that a... What's... Degrades? Degradate. T-A-T-E. Degradate. Degradate. Degradate definition. No! Give me, fine, sure. Degradate refers to the act of causing or undergoing degradation, which means a decline in quality. Yeah, they degrade over time. They'll physically degrade over time, but the game itself will always exist on the disc as long as the disc still is there. right? And so, because people talk about, well, computer games have been digital on Steam for like 15 years or so, almost 20 years. I'm like, yeah, it's because I can also get it on different places. I can go to GOG. I can go to Epic Store. I can also find the pirated version of that. They exist. Computers are weird that way, where or not weird, but they're different because there will be some guy who is willing to just pirate the thing and put it somewhere else. It will never cease to exist unless the internet, stops existing tomorrow. Stops existing immediately. Like stops existing. We will always have copies of the video game or the DVD, or the movie or the CD or the music, right? Not that any of that is really done anymore. Like people pirate all these things. I'm like, how do you pirate this? And I think I asked one time, how do you pirate this nowadays? And people told me there's pirating subreddits. So I'm not gonna endorse it per se, but I'm just saying it's possible. And I'm not proud of me looking for certain things. But anyway, all I'm saying is there are ways to do it. It's just that if you don't physically make games anymore, and there's all these DRMs and there's all these ways, and you can't physically own it, and it's kind of ridiculous. To be honest, it's kind of ridiculous, in my opinion, because it's like, well, it all stops existing. What the heck? I don't get it. What? Huh? After they decide to not keep it, like, not maintain these things, ways to download them and all that stuff, then they stop existing. They literally cease to exist. Which is mind-blowing to me. It's like, what? But yeah, okay. But I'm like, I don't care, though. I don't play enough video games. I don't care about the new games. So yeah, I don't know. Because, sorry, I bought a lot of games on Switch on digital. I did. Also because it's convenient. I didn't have to go out and get it. Although, the newest game I bought on Steam... Oh, not Steam. On Switch. I only own the Switch 1. I don't own the Switch 2. Who was talking about how... I think it was Pat and Ian. They were talking about... You see a podcast they were talking about... I think it was them. I'm not sure. But play every single... No, maybe it wasn't them. Anyway, somebody said, play every PS4 game. I don't own a PS5, yeah. Play every PS4 game. You have a backlog of PS... What happened? There's a whole backlog of games people have never played. Or people haven't played, I'm sure you have not played every game on XYZ. Pick a platform, pick a thing. Again, this is all us... this is me saying it in like a... But I'm also saying, like, but we don't have to play games either. Like, that's a privileged thing, and that's a thing we have, and we have that because we are privileged, and we don't have to do all the other things in life. We don't have to go and get our own, like, hunt our own food, or go to the well and get water, and all that kind of stuff from the third party. We're very third world countries. We're very privileged. But again, sorry, go back to the Switch. Newest game I bought on Switch was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin Bass animated version. They made a game about it. And actually, it's very good. It's a very good game. I recommend it. It was $20 CAD, or $19.99 CAD. I was like, okay, I'll try for $19.99. I got it. I played it. Oh, man, it's a collectathon. So if you don't like collectathons, it's not going to be for you. I'm sorry. But, man, is it fun. It's just fun to like play around. It's fun to mess around. It's fun to just fly around the places. It's very faithful to the story. It's to the special, Christmas special. You get to play as different characters. You can play as, I think, I don't know if all the characters, but you can play. I know you can play at least as as Rudolph, Cornelius. You can play as what's the elf's name? What's the elf's name? The red-nosed reindeer. This one, yeah, haha. And it is, what's the elf's name? It's like Cornelius. Cornelius is a Yukon Cornelius, right? So he's a Yukon guy. He's the gold, the miner. I think it's called. And then what's the other guy's name? Cast. I don't care. I just want Sam the Snowman. No, Henry. I think it's Henry, right? Yeah, I think so. I think his name is Henry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, sorry. Or is it? No, it's Clarice. No, sorry. Yeah, so Henry. I think it's Henry. Yukon Cornelius, and then Henry. Yeah. Um. So I don't know yet about all of them, but yeah. Um. Sorry. I was looking at the trailer. On IMDb. Anyway. Yeah. So, it's a very good game. So anyway. Yeah. So I did buy a physical game, but most of my purchases have been digital. And then we came to this like stupid. Okay, or we. I'm saying because I went with my friend to that same local video game store, right? And and they got Minecraft, right? I think it was Minecraft. Or no. It was that we went to the was it GameStop or EB Games X? I don't know. Either way, it was either GameStop or EB Games in the local mall that's near, not the same mall as the video game store, the other one, a different mall. But anyway, and I think she got my friend and his girlfriend. She got for the Switch. She got what's it called? She got Mario Galaxy 1 or 2. The one that, or is it Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on Switch? Is that what the one? That a game? Is it both of them? Let me look. Yeah, I think so, yes. Yeah, okay. And she, because they were like, oh, so we can put it in. There's not going to be any downloading. It's not going to be a digital thing. You don't have to have internet. It's not Switch 2. Then they put the game in, and they were like, what? They can't do it. It won't let me. I'm like, oh, you probably need internet to do the initial download onto the system. Because they made it into like a stupid, what's it called? Carts? Virtual carts? My brother was like, sorry, same thing. He thought it was stupid also. Because she was like, this is ridiculous. Like, no. Because she's like, no. Dang. And then my friend was also like, he was like, no way. That's so stupid. My brother was like, they screwed the entire thing up, making it freaking virtual carts now, where it's all like, everything's virtually on your system, and you can't, it's dumb. But I was telling him years before that, I think it was Mario Tennis. Now, which one on Switch? There were 2 Mario Tennis on Switch, right? Mario Tennis. Tennis Aces? What could it be? Maybe. Switch. Anyway, that like. There's so many. Yeah, I think it was Aces. Because there's 2 games. There's Fever and Aces, okay, I think. There might be more than that, but I think there's just 2. Fever and Aces. Yeah. Anyway, I think it was Aces. And I was saying to my brother, like, yeah, but you get that game, and there's so many updates and so many things that it's not the same game. You will not be able to play the same game. Like, yeah, but you get the base game. You at least get a game with it. You get something with the cartridge. And I was like, yeah, okay, fair. It is not the same game. I was listening to Wolf Den, Bob Wolf Den, whatever that guy's channel. The guy who does all the like handheld stuff, and he does a bunch of like Chinese Android handhelds and stuff like that for emulation and whatnot. And he does a podcast. I think it was his brother Will. Anyway, and he was talking about, what was he talking about? Oh yeah, he was talking about Dota, and he was like, the Dota. I don't remember if it was 1 or 2, but you cannot play the same Dota you played back in the day. It's just a different game. It's like Fortnite. I've heard multiple people talk like Fortnite will not be the same Fortnite. It just isn't. It's just not. It is not the same Fortnite. It is. It is not the same Fortnite. And you can never go back to the old Fortnite. There's no like, well, I can have version 1.1. No, it doesn't exist. You can't. Because it goes through Epic Games, right? You cannot just like find the download for version 1.1 of 1.0 of Fortnite. Doesn't exist. And then what happens when that game's gone? Nobody will ever be able to keep that because, I mean, it's not going to be gone anytime soon because they make, I'm not even joking, like, revenues like something ridiculous, like $100,000, if not millions of dollars a day or something. It's incredible. It's actually insane. So I don't think it's going to be gone anytime soon. But you never know. What if Epic's like, sorry, goodbye, no more. We're going to get rid of it. Don't exist. Then what do? Can you... It's like the whole stop killing games problem, right? Stop killing games, where they're like, no, if you don't want to support the game, right, give the community, the people who do want to play it, the means to do so. For all these live services and always online and like free-to-play online games. Like, it's dumb. It's actually dumb. Just give it to us. And they can't or something, I don't know. They don't want to. Well, we can't. What if you, like... Because arguments are, like, stupid. Because it's like, well, we don't want you to make money off of it. We're not making money off this. We're not going to go and sell servers and do this and make all this big money off of our IPs. Like, we don't care. We just want to be able to play it still online. Because I've had that... Okay, so I'm going to go back to the computer for a sec. For my Windows XP computer. So that was one game. The other game that I had the problem with was... what was the other game? Metal Aces or something? Aces Storm or something? PC Aces. It's like PC Aces Dog. F-I-G-H-T-I-N fighting game. Like Aces... Metal Aces or something? Aces... No, see, the problem is I get PC... when I look up PC Aces dogfighting game, I get Warplanes, or I get, like, PC as in, like, Flash game PC. I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. I want to find, like... Could it be Ace of Aces? No. It's like Metal something. Anyway. Battle. I want to find the exact name of the game so that I can tell you exactly which game. Oh, okay, look. Let's go look up. First MMO game. It was like one of the first MMO games. Was Neverwinter. History of massively multiple online games. Come on. It was like, can you get a list of them? Ploto early commercial development. No, I want to freaking quest for the real people in real time in Epic. That's as real as fantasy can get. No, they're not a list of second generation MMORPGs. There's not a list of them. Oh, there are. Dark Ages of Camelot. No! It was like a PvP. What the heck? PvP. Ugh. Dog fighting PC game. See, this is where LLMs really come in handy. I'll go to Gemini right now and it'll tell me in 5 seconds. Watch how dumb this will be. What was the old vintage PvP MMO dogfighting game? Oh, it doesn't let me? Doesn't let me use it while I have... Oh. Probably can't use it in 2 different places. Dang it. Okay. Won't let me use the mic here while recording and on there while whatever. Sorry, I can't use it on while I'm recording in Audacity and in Gemini. What was the PvP? What was Okay, what was the PvP MMO dogfighting game, PC game? Like the original old one. I know I have the second one, so. This is online. Nope. I don't have that. Nope. Thunder. Nope. 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 Vintage. Whoopsies. Windows 98 game. I think it was either 98 or 95. Vintage Windows 98 game. So. It's a dogfighting game. It's a World War II. None of these. It's like. Metal something or something. Maybe it was metal something or. Maybe, I don't know. Metal fight fatigue. No. One of the first MMOs. Air Warrior 2. Yeah, okay, that's it. Like, the whole appeal of that game, the whole thing of that game is just gone. That game, though, is different because that game, Air Warriors 2, the thing with that game is that game had a completely different, like, technology. So I don't blame that game for, like, not existing. Like, not being able to play it. It had a whole different technology that we don't use anymore. We've upgraded, we've updated, and, like, we've gotten better, and technology has gotten better. But, that's still another problem of, you still fall into the problem of, you just can't play that online. You can't play with the feature on the game anymore, like, with the game anymore. You can still play it, single player. So, like Mario Tennis, like my brother was saying, okay, you can at least play something of it. If you shut down Fortnite, you shut down Fortnite. There's nothing you can do about it. Fortnite's gone. There only is online through their servers, through Epic. If they decide no more, that's it. It's gone. So, yeah. And yeah, I'm thinking like, yeah, it doesn't affect me. I don't really care. But I also really do. Well, I see people's points when they're saying things like, yeah, but that affects like every other industry and everything. Because every digital thing, right, can be, oh, it's so bad. Like everything that's digital can just be like, well, if you don't own a copy of it, you just don't have it. It doesn't exist anymore. Like that's why I started a server, a Jellyfin server. I started one and it's like, bam, I can just have a movie when I want to watch it on my terms, when I want it digitally. It's like, great. Not that that's 100% legal, but hey, I have it when I want it and I have it and I own it. It's a moral thing. Just think about it morally. Like, it's probably not legal where you are, but because you get into legal gray areas of backup. You get into legal gray areas of backups. Can you back up things? Some, you can, but then if it's only for like archival purposes, it's weird. When I was watching the Wolf Den podcast episode, because there's done multiple episodes, but the first one I saw, they looked into like, what is this? The Mickey Mouse Act, right? That one where Sonny Bono, he was like a something or other in politics, and he like Sonny Bono Act or something, and then the Mickey Mouse something Act or something. Anyway, where it's like you can have 3 copies of it, and then that extended Steamboat Willie or like Mickey Mouse's like copyright forward or something. Oh man, all I remember is like you can have 3 copies of this thing, or 3 copies of this thing can exist as long as, or you can have 3 copies of it for archival purposes. So I'm like, okay, 3 digital copies for archival purposes. Anyway, but that's for like archival purposes, not for personal use. So that's a different thing. And it's anyway. All I'm saying is, it's very much a weird. Yeah, but they can get rid of everything, and then like they can just like things can stop existing, right? Because of a digital thing, or it could be altered too. Like that was the thing that I heard. I think it's Anthropic for Claude, is the way they, which is so weird to do that, but okay. Is there not a way to do it otherwise? But it's efficiency, I guess. They'll to learn. They learn off of books and how they like scan these books, how they get them into their database. They scan them by cutting off the spine. Okay, they cut off the spine of the book, scan each page, and then destroy the book. I'm like, what? Excuse me? And then if everything, because we're physically destroying books, right? Because they're physically being destroyed, they won't exist anymore. So it'll all be digital. It'll all be in some AI somewhere. And because it's in some AI, they can do whatever they want with certain things. And then they can say knowledge is subject, not subjective. It's not fluid either. It's like whatever they want it to be. This is just kind of scary stuff when you think about it. Oh man, I don't know what to think about it right now. What to think about it at the moment, right? I'm like, oh, this is kind of scary. That's why holding on to some things is important, physically. Not everything. You don't need it all. There is a rip of movies everywhere on the internet. And music. Not that we pirate music anymore, or anybody really pirates music anymore. But I'm just saying, like, there's a way to listen to it if you really, or watch a movie. I could find a movie, illegal or not. I could find the movie somewhere. The internet exists. It's a thing. It's the video games where it's like, it's only there, and you can only do it through the servers or the the means through the big video game companies. It's weird. It's like weird and scary, and I don't know. I don't like it, but what are you gonna do? They're not gonna pedal back, I don't think. Anyway, at least not Sony. I don't think, at least. I don't see why they would. They want to make money. They want to make money 100%. They want to go consumer to consumer. They want to go A to B. Is that what it's called? Not peer to peer, but they want to sell directly. Not go through any kind of third party. Not have to sell. Not have to make a deal with, Walmarts or box stores like that, or Best Buys, or EB Games, or any of those places, Targets, or any of those places. So they want to sell directly to consumer. What are you gonna do? That was that topic. Man, I'm almost on the episode and I haven't gotten to any of the other topics. There's a few other things here and there. I was thinking of nostalgia. I was thinking of like music and how. Also, I was thinking about just like computer prices and like component prices and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's kind of insanely ridiculous. Everything's just gotten crazy. RAM prices, storage prices, SD cards just got really expensive too. I'm like, what? No, that was terrible. I don't have another SD card for if my SD card ever dies. I mean, I have two. Technically, I have an SD card and I have a micro SD card. Although, apparently those aren't even that good storage. They're not even, like, foolproof. They're not good. They're not something you should really use. They're fickle storage. Fickle meaning, like, they can break at any time. I think fickle is the right word. Fickle. How do you spell fickle? Fickle, like... Okay, yeah. Like, they're finite. They could break anytime. Fickle, I think it's, like, right? Anyway. Let me look it up. Okay, Google. Definition of fickle.
A preserved cucumber or other food in vinegar or brine.
No, not pickle. Fickle, like... Fickle, it's like very temperamental and can break at any time, is very fragile. That word.
The word you're describing is finicky or frangible, but given the sound, context, and focus on being easily broken,
Fickle.
fragile, a few possibilities hit the mark. 1. Finicky.
No,
meaning
not finicky. What you said, but with a slight distinction. Changing frequency. Especially in regards to loyalty and interest. While a person or system can be fickle, unreliable, and changing unpredictably. Fickle usually describes inconsistencies rather than physical fragility. Oh, whatever. I'm saying it's fragile and whatever not. So I'm like, oh, okay, because I saw a LTT video about it where they're like, we're stopping using SD cards and we're moving on to. I'm like, I know you're using SD cards. Weren't you? Am I out of the loop right now? So hard. I thought you were still using I thought you were using um red still, and then oh no, wait, you went from reds to uh what did you go to? You bought Linus Texas. You bought they bought anybody Ursa's anybody did they buy Venice's or did they just review a Venice? Aria, the one the 12K what's it called? What are they called? Black Magic cameras. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. They went to like CF Express. CF Express cards. I'm like, compact flash is still being used. Like, yes, it's much better apparently. I'm like, what? Okay. Anyway, all I'm saying is, with all those prices, yeah, they're getting expensive. Sorry, or they're getting expensive, and it's all just sad. But and it's not just that. It's like it can like trickle down into everything about it because that's expensive. Everything uses, and then lots of things use it, and like sometimes I wonder because I also heard that like Kroger has a data center because they do like they've got stuff they've got to do digitally, and so if they're doing stuff digitally, they're putting stuff to be digital, and then because their storage is getting more expensive, if they're doing cloud storage or if their password manager systems get more expensive, then your banana is going to be more expensive. I'm like, oh my gosh, no way. That's insane. And then if AI is buying data centers, because I also listened to I think it was either CDPC News or the other one of the local stations, or maybe CTV. Anyway, I was listening to the news or one of the radio stations, and it was like, yeah, but AI, or it could have been Fox News. Yeah, it could have been. Okay, anyway, they were talking about how it's not just the AI though that use data centers that have the same things that the AI use, right? The AI data centers use, the RAMs and the CPUs and the GPUs and the storage and all that stuff. The ones that just do like data centers that hold data for like this or that other thing, or just an automated system for this or an automated system for that, or the digital way of doing this or whatever it may be. There's other things that aren't AI, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Because it's always that's always said with the whole. If somebody wanted to attack the West, they would just use an EMP, and then we're screwed because our like water purification system is on is digital through like that can be hacked, and our like food systems and our ways of doing this and giant farming systems are done that way. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's incredible. It's like, yeah, I know. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, I know, man, it's crazy. And then the thing is, we don't know how to do it otherwise. Like, no way. Or at least, not to the scale, I guess. I don't know. I feel like we don't have the ways to do. Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's just scary sometimes. But anyway. But they're like, there's other things that do it too. So it's not just that. But because they're buying it, it makes everybody else's also expensive. And so it trickles down, or like, not trickles, but it makes everybody else also have to charge more. So whether you're completely not a AI data center, taking up all the money, or taking up all the components, RAM and hiking the price of RAM and storage and GPUs and whatnot. All the other guys are going to charge more. So for people like cloud storage is going to be more expensive, and then what else? Cloud storage, and then the other guys who do the things, again, the automated things like that are going to get more expensive, and then hosting and like, oh, it's going to be bad. It's just bad. It's expensive, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. AI is causing so many things to be more expensive, and then the power that they're using up is ridiculous. And it's like, to do what? To do what? What useful things has AI really given us? at least at the scale that we're implementing it, that we're like putting it out there, like we're making it, right, to the scale of how big and how much of it there is. Do we need this massive stuff? And AI is awful. I have a friend who's generative AI. He thinks generative AI is like the worst thing for humanity. He's like, it's awful because it's not human. It's weird. It's fake. It's dumb. It's bad. And I agree with him in certain ways. It it's fun to like mess around with and funny and amusing. But I agree with, yeah, but if it didn't exist tomorrow, I would not care. I like it would be a net benefit to the world. Generative AI, net benefit to the world. Now the AI where it starts like knowing and learning and being faster than us and being more productive and making jobs go faster. Like Red Cow Arcade podcast was talking about how Frankie was talking about. No, it's a tool, right? No, AI is a tool, and we can get. I think it was him anyway, and we can get AI to do things faster for us. There's not less to do necessarily now that AI is around. It's that AI can like make our tasks and do certain things faster and more efficiently. So it can get rid of all the like mundane, dumb tasks that you had to do. Because we could get it down to being very good at doing those things, and then we can just be like, bam, bam, bam. You know, where we get it to be fast, efficient, quick, and not get a lot of mistakes wrong. Like we gave it. Problem is the nefariousness of just some people will make things wrong. They will say it wrong to benefit them in some way. Some big company. That's what I don't know. That's just the human side of it, the human nature of it. As long as most of it's correct, I think we'll be okay. But anyway, I'm saying like the informational one is weird because it'll start making up information. But no, you're actually wrong. I'm sorry. Because I've noticed, okay, with AI, okay, when I use AI, that sometimes it'll just be like this. It'll start saying something, and I'll be like, "No, I'm sorry. You are actually wrong." Because I'll ask it something about something. Sometimes it'll be something that I have, right? And I'll be like, "What's this?" or something. It's like, no, actually, you're wrong. I have the thing in front of me right now. It's actually this. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I was like, what? That's so... Oh, my gosh. And then they can't tell you anything wrong. They always... Or, sorry, they can't tell you, like, negatively. They always talk to you like, oh, yeah, it's good. Oh, that's okay. Or if you say something, like, negative, they'll be like, oh, they'll try and soothe you. They'll try and make it feel good. They'll say what you want to hear. Oh, LLMs are dumb. But there are parts of AI that I think could get really good and could be useful and efficient. Like I watched a video of on the Modern Rogue where he's talking about like money. Brian Names and don't ask me the guy's name. His co-host on cord cutting podcast. Anyway, his co-host, and they used a agentic AI to like find the money that they were owed on something called missing. I think it's called Missing Money or something. Missing money or something. Website, and it was the website they referenced, but they were like, oh, can you just find me all the things in places that I'm missing money? And there was agentic AI, and they were like, and that's where it can get pretty good. If the problem is, we need to trust the AI that they will not do anything other than what we ask them to do. That's a problem. These AIs that have broken out of their own like sandbox and are now doing whatever they like, not whatever they want, but like broken out of it. Like, couldn't it start doing other things and giving? Because he was looking for money right under his name. He's like, well, where am I owed some money? Where do I get this money? And how do I do this? It's like, my problem is make sure that it's only my actual name that goes with the same actual, address and same actual whatever information you need that directly connects it to me, knowing it's me. Like it's me, right? That's. But we're not confident in that yet. That's what would be a use for it. One use for it. There's other uses, I'm sure. I'm not smart enough to figure them out, but there are definitely uses for them for AI. Just generative AI, I kind of agree with my friend. No, generative AI is terrible. It's for lazy people. and for like scammers, and that's the thing. I just saw a video by Dr. Karan, Karan, Indian doctor. I think he's Indian anyway, but he's got a British accent anyway. And he was talking about how, yeah, they're scamming us, and they're using AI people to sell supplements to make money, and it's all AI, and it's terrible. And I'm like, yeah, nope, it is. And he said at the end of the video, he's like, and there's nothing we can do about it. Just know when it's AI, like learn when it's AI, and be vigilant, and be aware, and be. And I'm like, yeah, there's firstly nothing you can do about it. He talked about it like the Hydra. You kill one of them, you stop one of them, and two more, three more appear in its place. Like, it'll never stop because it's so well at this point cheap and low effort. It's just you pump out these things and it's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, there's nothing you can do about it unless they got rid of generative AI. Like they made some sort of like, even that though they wouldn't do, because I was just say they wouldn't, get rid of, made like some law somewhere, a universal law that was like you cannot have generative AI. That has to stop existing now. Because that's a problem, right? There are platforms like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all the places that there's generative AI on those platforms. But there's a difference, like they don't care for most of it. They're like, yeah, whatever. It's harmless. Keep the harmless stuff can stay on. I'm like, yeah, but it's just stupid and garbage and awful. But awful, and there is bad AI that is trying to, scam people. So I don't. Yeah, but they're not gonna get rid of that because there was parts of it where it's like it's harmless. It's innocent and harmless. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Anyway, it's kind of a little bit much, but anyway, anyway. So that, yeah. So my opinion on AI, it's okay. It can be gotten to be useful, but at this moment, I don't like it for the generative side, and the LLMs are just too wrong. Although I have used generative AI to find certain things, and I was kind of mind blown at how good it was at like finding the thing I never even knew. Because I'll give you an example. Ninja Blender. My mother's Ninja Blender broke, right? I think it was Ninja, right? Or the Nutra Blender, the full size Nutra Blender. It wouldn't spin anymore because it wasn't catching or something, and I think it's called it's like a blender clutch or something. Blender. Maybe I can go back. Can I like search? Where search? Blender. No, Blender. Oh, Blender. Now I get Blender. Blender part, maybe? Because I'm getting Blender the... I'm getting Blender the 3D modeling software, not Blender the... I used a Blender. I used Blender part. Blender piece. Oh, I'm surprised. I'm very confused. So, what? I'm surprised they don't have... What the heck? Why do they not have the most recent one? That has Blender in it. I'm sure I said Blender. This is from my Blender. Nutra. No, Nutra. There you go. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, fine, forget it. Anyway, and I would not have been able to know what that piece was without the AI. It took me 5 seconds. I could have looked for hours trying to figure out. The little piece at the bottom, what's it called with the like... that connects the blender to the blender base to the blender like part with the motor, or the blender like cup, I guess it's called, or like container with the blender motor. I'm like, ugh. Anyway, so that's a good. That was like a wow, and I did it by just like saying, hey, here's this piece. I showed the piece. I held the piece with the camera in Gemini, and bam, he just got it. I'm like, wow, he found it for me, and my mother was like, not willing to pay for it, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying it was very much a oh wow, that was like surprising, like pleasantly surprised, like wow, that actually worked. That was actually useful. Anyway, all I'm saying is, oops, it's been an hour, so I gotta turn this off. So there's other things. There's nostalgia. I'm thinking about like other things. What are they thinking about? What are the last few things I was thinking about? Let me look and see what some of the other things I was thinking about because I was based on something. Anyway, so yeah, let's see. Let me see. What is it? Yeah, I was thinking about like Word, and I was thinking about how well because apparently Word 1.1 has been ported to Windows 11 or 1.0. Where's Word 1.0? What does it look like? No, no, no. I want Word 1.0. I want the original Word Windows 1.0 WinWord World 1.0 Microsoft Word 1.0. I want to know what it looks like. Oh, okay. No, it's a little too basic. As in like Windows 3. Oh, you can put images in it. Okay. Also, it kind of blows my mind. I've looked at it a few different like softwares over the years, and I kind of went how the useful it is because I was listening to the WAN show, and Luke was talking about how like very few features I use in Windows. I'm like, yeah, me too. Me and my dad were the two people in my family that used Word like often, and holy moly, did we use like none? We used like less than 10% of all the features. Like, it was kind of incredible how just like how many features are on there we just don't use. We don't care. Which made me think like how many like how many things. Wait, what was it? Yeah, made me think how many softwares could I use from like yesteryear, and then made me think like, yeah, could could I just use whatever? And then made me think of the episode of or the video that Linus Tech Tips made, which was like I think it was in COVID during COVID, where it was like, can we do this without paying for subscription services? Could make a video, and yeah, we can. But the problem is they had too many things where different people were talking to each other, and they were like, no, we need to have like the industry standard for that thing, whether it was video editing, script writing, or they wanted easy ways to share it, and it's not you don't have to convert it into something else if somebody else is using something else. Like there's this whole thing, and I'm like, really? Like yes. But I was thinking like, cause I'm like, what would stop people from using just text? Because in theory, you could just use the text editor and just write text, right? Yeah, okay. There's a few things here and there missing. You're missing like bold italics, underlines. I think, right? There's. I'm using the one on the built-in one on Linux. What's it even called? It's just called TEX. It's called text editor. It's not even LibreOffice writer. It's just text editor. And I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, well, what's there in here? Let's see. Side panel. Okay, let's get rid of side panel. I don't need side pane. Sorry. Word wrap. Yeah, okay. Toolbar. Yeah. I don't know what there is in here, but actually, so yeah, I am missing tools. Here you go. Spell check. Auto check spelling. Okay, cool. Search. There's view. It's an overview map. What does overview map even do? I'm trying to see what this even does. Anyway, it's very much a like usable if you needed just to write stuff, but you wouldn't have formattings. You wouldn't have a bunch of things. Okay, well, a few things here and there. Anyway, all I'm saying is, what would stop them? And but their video, yeah. So that was theirs. I'm like, yeah, we could be using non. What do you call it? Subscription based and non expensive things, but no, because they were talking about how they had all these different things they needed to use, like for communications. Like there's Slack, there's Microsoft Teams, then they had Google Workspace for LMG and for Linus Media Group and for Flipplane, and they had Microsoft Office 360, and it was like, oh my gosh, you need all of these. I thought to myself, you need all of these, but yes, because some people use this, and for certain people, it's better to use, like, they'll not use something else. They'll use Excel. I'm like, what's stopping you from using, like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, I don't understand what stops you from. And then I realized, I learned, it's like, it's all consistency. It's all, like, what do you call it? Like, it's efficiency, consistency, and, what's the word? Reliability, that's it. Where, because I had the thing, I'm like, couldn't you just get people on Linux and then LibreOffice Writer, and then you realize not everybody's going to be able to use Linux. They don't want to fuddle around with Linux every day. And then with LibreOffice Writer, my dad found a big problem with it where it'll just add random words. Not physically add, but in the word count, add random words. Like, add more in the count. I'm like, what? No, this is stupid. He was like, what's going on? Why is it? I'm like, I have no idea. This is a bug. I have no clue. This is dumb. This is, like, super stupid. Like, the dumbest. Like, actually stupid. So, yeah. It's bad. So, yeah. I guess that's a problem, too. There, I'm like, you don't want to do that with certain companies. And so I'm like, oh, my gosh. Yeah, I guess not. And there's the whole thing. So, certain people in a company, I'm like, couldn't you just use that? And I don't know. I'm just saying it's... No, there's reasons why you can't. I'm like, that's kind of dumb. And then people always talk about how, like, powerful things like Microsoft Excel is with their, like, scripts and all that. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Like, seriously. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're probably right. Because I've used it to do one thing. I've only ever used, what's not it? Sorry, I used, Google Sheets to do one thing. It was birthdays. It was, I wanted a list of people's birthdays, and I wanted to know how many days it was until that birthday. So I found it online. Like, I looked up online and found the way to put in. I don't remember how to do that, not really, but I did find how to, like, I found the way to, like, put it in, and oh, man. So now I guess it's called a script formula, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, to put in the code, whatever, to calculate how many days it is till the next birthday on a list. So anyway, but the only thing I've ever used it for, I don't use it every day. Some people are like, no, this is necessary and need it like all day, every day, like, seriously. Like, so some of them will never use anything else. I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyway, that's what I'm saying there. And I'm like, because while using Linux, I personally have found that, like, Linux is just super, like, just bam, works great for me because internet, LibreOffice, and then, like, Audacity, maybe, and then the video editor. I don't get people talk about how the image editor is garbage and the video editor is garbage. Like, no, yeah, you have to do more manually, but it's not garbage. What are you talking about? It's totally usable. It's KineMaster. No, sorry, it's Kdenlive. Sorry, KineMaster is the one on Android that I used to use. Kdenlive, and it's Kdenlive and it's GIMP. So Kdenlive for video editing and GIMP for image editing. I'm like, making thumbnails for. I'm like, they're fine. Yes, okay. You want Adobe stuff. You want like Adobe Photoshop because you want the like how automatic it is. Like, no, it is kind of magical what you can do with Adobe with Photoshop. It is kind of magic, but it's like not that many more steps. Maybe if you're doing complicated stuff, like very complicated, very lots of layers, lots of edits, lots of things. Maybe, but maybe it wouldn't work for you. But I don't think it's because they talk about it like it's unusable. It is. It's total garbage. It's unusable, absolute garbage. And I'm like, what? I don't understand. Like, I just don't. I'm sorry. How it's like terribly unusable. It's not. Because the only other option on Linux is DaVinci Resolve, and it doesn't work well at all. It's amazing on Windows. I have to say that right now. It's like one of the best free editors on Windows. If you're getting the free version, even if you get the full version, it's only like is it $300 or $400 or something. But you get it forever. Like, you just have it. You own it. You don't... it's not a subscription. You just get it. It's kind of mind-blowing how there's still some stuff that you can just buy. Because that's the thing that blows my mind. I'm like, how are we not able to just... Well, sorry, why is everything a subscription service? Just let me buy the damn thing. I think it was Linus who talked about how... Linus, Tech Tips, you know Linus? He's talking about how... Yeah... I don't care. It's the principle of the thing. It could be a cent. I don't want to pay for it if I don't have to. If there is a better solution, just let me buy the thing outright. Stop it. This is dumb. Don't make me have a stupid subscription service for nothing. For no reason. Like, just let me buy the damn thing outright. So, anyway. Because what was the subscription service that I heard about recently? It was like... it was on the Waveform podcast, and it was Andrew talking about how his car had like a 3-year subscription. He got like a 3-year free subscription to like the car warming up and like pre-starting or something. And he was like, no way you're paying for that as a subscription service to your car? That is so stupid. Oh, and then it was back at the Wolf Den. His podcast, it was like, it was, oh, what was he talking about now? No, it was, subscription or something. I just forgot it. Oh my gosh. What was it? Oh, I don't remember. I literally just had it in my head and then it was gone. Anyway, yeah, subscription service of that? What the heck? That's ridiculous. That is so stupid. How many things are subscription services? Oh my gosh. It's dumb, but what are you going to do? But yeah, so there's that, yeah. And I was just thinking about, in general, like, music services and music, and how we got things smaller, and then I was like... And I thought about the last, like, physical streaming... not streaming, physical music... Not service... music, like... media, and it was, I don't know if it was exactly the last, but it was one of the last, where it was it was SD cards, basically. Techmoan made a video about it. It was SD cards. Techmoan SD card, something like that, maybe. It was MQSSD, the newest physical media, and that was 9 years ago. So, gosh, the newest. But so I'm thinking, like, how did that not pop off? How did that not survive? It's like, oh, it's because. And now it would never work. Maybe if it had caught on, and we all had a bunch of them somewhere, that'd be great. But like, and we would have had them now, but. And people would have used them, because he also talked about how if we had 8mm like cassettes, like 8mm video like a camcorder video stuff. If movies were put on that, how great that would have been. Oh no, Forgotten Memory, slot music too, and slot radio. Anyway, no, I'm thinking of MQS SD. Anyway, we would have saved so much space. It would have been great. And I wonder what, because I feel like there could be potential market for physical media again, but in like a smaller form factor with like better technology or something. Because I also saw a video by Gamer Nexus, and he's like, "No, we bought a CD burner, or like a professional CD burner, and it has like an arm that can change the disc, and then you can burn CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays. Or learn how to use it and sell certain things physically." I'm like, "Oh wow, jeez Louise." So like, there might be a market for this if somebody can make something better. But then I realized, and right now it's not possible unless you make it cheap, because storage. What do you do with storage? SD cards or micro SD cards are small, and you'll lose them, and they're expensive now, and nobody would want to buy something that small that only does one thing, meaning it has one song. And even if you sold it at that one song size, it's still, I think, unreasonable expense. Like, it's not reasonable priced for what it is. And if you make it bigger, it becomes even more expensive. Just there's no way to get it. You would never be able to do it right. At least not now. As far as I can tell, at least. As far as I can, so I'm like, oh. So yeah. Yep. So anyway, so that's that. I don't know. There's a few other things maybe here and there to talk about. I don't remember exactly what I was going to talk about, but I had thoughts and then they come out of my brain. They like leave my head when I'm like not saying them directly. But anyway, so yeah. So yeah. I might as well just end it now. So, or else I can go on forever about kind of nothing. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos. Oh, sorry. There's a whole thing at the end. Sorry. I haven't recorded in a while. If you want to get in touch with me, there's the email tacoimposters@gmail.com. That's tacoimposters@gmail.com. There's the 2 Discord servers. And then there's also, if you want to support me on Patreon, that's Wingwong. Patreon.com/Wingwong. That's patreon.com/Wingwong. What else? There's, oh yeah, if you want my music, you can go stream it or you can go buy it. All linked in the description of this, show notes, whatever it is. Anyway, yep. So, I have a bit of music here. Well, it's not really music, it's like beats being made. Anyway, you want to buy them, you want to stream them, please do. I think that's going to be it for now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos, and bye-bye.